right. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads. Can you tell me, can you hear me? And can you see my screen? I see you got Joyce and Patrick on here from Florida. Good. Welcome. If you're, this is our onboarding call. So if you're new to us, please let me know how long you've been here, like how long you've been with us and how you found us. And also what we're just going to give it a minute because we'll start at the top of the hour. We've got some exciting news. So you may not know this, but we've been here since 2009. And in the past few years, we've been rebuilding Listings to Leads from the ground up. And this is going to allow us to grow and scale and add more functionality to the system even faster. So we're really excited. It's been a long and kind of a stressful situation, but we launched early this morning. And so if you've been a long-term client, you're going to be, if you're a new client signing up today, you will be in a newer look. And then we'll be migrating our current clients over into the new platform shortly, probably in the next couple of weeks. So if you're a new client and you signed up for Listings to Leads today, you can reach out to me. I'm at vince@listingstoleads.com. I'll put my email in here to set up a call and we can kind of go through this. Things are pretty much the same. We want it to have the same look and feel, but things might be slightly different. If you need a team account, of course, you can reach out to me. If you need a brokerage account, you can reach out to me there. But we're all excited about that, right? It's been a long time. We've been trying to push this since last summer, and now we're live. So, but let's talk about what we need to focus on for our current clients, and of course, any new clients, and that's how do we get more business with Listings to Leads? So we've been doing this for quite a while, and I don't know how you heard about us, but we have a lot of tools that capture leads, right? Some of those are in email, some of those are in print, some of those are in free social media content, and some are in paid ads, right? Paid ads for Facebook or Instagram or Google. Okay. And they have different kind of lead volume. Sometimes you get more leads from Facebook. Maybe some print tools will get you more leads, fewer leads, but higher quality leads, right? So that's a big question as well. But when it comes to building your brand, this is an awesome resource. We have a lot of automated tools to help you with getting content out there, with building your brand. But when you need to get more business, there's probably a few things you want to be focusing on. And that's because these are what's working for clients right now. Okay. So I'm going to list the 4 things that I think you absolutely need to be paying attention to. And those are expired marketing, because, prices got driven up in various states with COVID, and now interest rates are high. So in some of the markets, expireds are really becoming an issue. And there are tools here to help you take advantage of that and turn those expired listings into your listings. Also, open house marketing, okay? And a lot of you have been realtors for a long time, and you might feel like open houses are a waste of time. I think you need to really look at the way that we work open houses, the tools that we create for you, because a lot of our clients realize that in 2025, that was the #1 way of getting more listings for your own business. And that was by holding open houses with our system. So we have a lot of teams that hold, 2 to 4 open houses every week, simply because they are meeting more homeowners from our tools than ever before. Also, we have a listing presentation that is just, frankly, it's killing it. It's helping clients all over, whether they're reaching out to, a great seller lead. Maybe it's an old seller lead. Maybe it's an expired or a FISBO or a canceled. Either way, our listing presentation is going to help you out there. And then lastly, it's our Facebook ad software. And the #1, I was just looking at our mastermind group, the number one way of getting buyer leads is running ads on Facebook with your properties. And the cool thing is, if you're in any of the southern states where inventory is building up, you can easily run ads and show your ads in cities like Chicago and New York or down in LA, where people are really interested in those properties. So, our Facebook ad software gets you leads with name, email, and phone numbers. Very powerful. Our listing presentation, very powerful. So as we look at our homepage here, there's a lot of really helpful content. Before I dive into it, I do want to mention, if you're new to us, please put it in the comments panel so I know what state you're in and how long you've been with us. So these 3 videos right here are 3 agents talking about expired marketing. And I want to explain, one, they are all 3 getting a lot of listings from this. They are all directly reaching people. This gentleman up here likes to leave a voicemail. He waits 3 months after the home expires, gives them a call, leaves a message, and just asks, can I meet you and shake your hand? Just like to introduce myself. Becoming a big listing agent, right? This gentleman here is 20 years in the industry. Now he's at EXP. Door knocks for 3 days. Of course, he waits 3 months before he reaches out. Door knocks for 3 days, and he adds 2.7 million in listings to his pipeline in 3 days of door knocking. And this young lady here is about 3 years out of high school, not even 2 years as a realtor, adds 4 listings in 6 weeks in a tiny town up in northern Iowa. Okay, so expired marketing can be very effective if you learn the tools that are here. Now, we actually do 4 live classes every week. They're workshops to help our clients understand that. I'll show you where you can sign up for those. Here, if you scroll down, you're going to hear about open house ads here, just sold ads on. These are both Facebook ad software. And this lady will tell you she's got 3 listings, 3 buyers from one $35 ad and 1 listing, just on an open house, right? This gentleman, actually, he owns a LPT office, and he runs a lot of ads. It's in Texas. And what he is saying here is, yeah, I ran an ad, got a $4 lead, and it turned into a listing and a purchase. But if you listen to his full call, he also says, I ran ads when it was for sale. I got 114 buyer leads, and I put 3 of those leads into homes, into purchases. So the Facebook ad software is actually very powerful. We'll talk about that certainly. And then our automated listing marketing is a big deal here. And of course, our listing presentation, which I mentioned earlier. I will point out that this lady has been in the Coast Guard for 20 years and been in real estate for 1 year, and actually was busy with family matters. So really, at this point of this video, she closed the listing in 1 day. And the homeowner actually asked her, where do I sign? Right. And it's because of our listing presentation. So she really had been practicing for about a month. And that is really the things that I want you to be thinking about, is open house marketing, expired listings, our Facebook ad software, and our listing presentation. So when you log into the system, you will see up here on the top that there's a marketing calendar. And I'm going to focus on some of the basics and what you need to know as a new client here. But there's a lot more to our system. There are literally hundreds of tools designed for you to market. Some of them are free. Some of them are completely automated. Some of them you can run ads or print things, and that has a cost, of course. But everything is designed to increase your brand awareness and capture leads, whether it's buyer or seller leads. So if I come to marketing calendar and I click on resources, you'll see that we do live training 5 days a week. Okay. You will see that we record every one of our classes and we put them on our YouTube channel. And we also have a mastermind group over here that's really awesome. It's where it's a private group on Facebook. It's where our clients ask questions and share information. So we'll check those out. So right here, when you click that live training, this is where it takes you. I'm going to send it to you right now. Okay. You can find it if you're not on this call. You can find this page at leadgenwebinars.com. And if we look at it, you will see that Scott did an expired training call this morning. We're doing the onboarding class right now, and Scott will be doing a live training call later today on expireds. And then tomorrow we'll be talking about how to market listings. Now, these are in on Facebook and how to work our listing page. So they're really in depth. Today's call is an onboarding call. So we got to talk about a lot of things, but I can't go into a deep dive on everything. But that is always available at leadgenwebinars.com. Now, as I mentioned, also here, this is where our YouTube channel is. And our YouTube channel kind of looks like this. This is our videos page. And I want to point this out. I'll send this to everybody right now. This is something that you should actually save and be checking out when you have free time. New construction. Here's a deep call on expired marketing right here. Here's a call on top tools for more listings. If you want more listings, that's probably the call you need to see, right? But if you go down here, you will see a lot of content because, as I said, we do training 5 days a week. I want to take us down before we go any further and talk about a few of those people that I just showed you on our website. Because as I mentioned, expired marketing is a big deal. And if you're in any of the southern states from, well, even SoCal, but definitely Arizona, Texas, and places like Denver and Florida, they are really having an inventory situation built. Right. So if you look back about 3 months, you'll see this call with Scott Murray, who is on our homepage. As I mentioned, he's with EXP. And in 3 days of door knocking, added 2.7 million to his listing inventory. He's got a really great way of doing it. If you like door knocking, I would watch that video right there. If we go further down a couple weeks, and it seems to be my YouTube is stuck. We can see this lady here, and I mentioned she's on the listing. She's on our homepage, and she, is an agent who really hasn't been practicing very long, and that's where this homeowner just says, "Where do I sign?" Right? The listing presentation is so strong that people are literally saying, "Where do I sign?" And I want you to watch this one because JJ here is at a high school for right now, maybe 3.5 years. Has 4 listings in 6 weeks. That was recorded in November. By April, she's probably going to be hitting on 20 listings. She's very focused on this. And I'm sure we'll be doing a refresh call with her in the spring to see how she's been doing. But she is a very new agent, and she is leveraging our expired marketing. And you should hear how she does it. I'll give you a clue to that as we get further into the call. And then here is John Summers. And at this point, he says, "Hey, I just got $1 million listings here from leaving voicemails, having people call me back, and then I go and I just asked to meet them and give them something." Okay, so what is he giving to them, and what is JJ carrying in her hand, and what is Scott Murray? What are they bringing to meet people? It's this that I'm holding in my hand. This is an expired listing presentation. How do we sell your expired home? So I've been talking about our listing presentation. We actually make it available to you in multiple formats, but this one is a print format with your logo and your contact information on every page. And we'll look at it electronically so it's easier for you to see. But if you're talking about expired marketing, you're talking to people who actually wanted to sell their home, okay? And they couldn't for whatever reason, right? And now you're coming in and saying, "Hey, I've got a really powerful way to sell homes, a very serious marketing solution." And that's what that listing presentation is doing, okay? So I want to point out before we kind of go any further that we also have a mastermind group, and you can get to our mastermind group right here, all right? And this is where, we're sharing content, new technology that's coming. You can order the booklets right here on this page. But you can also, if we scroll down, I noticed Scott put something here right here, which is where you can order the booklets, right? And these booklets, while the one I'm holding is talking about expireds, we actually have one that has a cover for FSBOs and one just for a standard listing presentation. I think you definitely, if expireds are big in your market, and they're not big all over the country, but if they're big in your market, you'd probably want to get one of these expired ones, but you definitely want just the standard ones, because if you're holding open houses, or maybe you're meeting a FSBO, or you've got some seller leads that you want to talk to, this is really compelling and high quality. And since we're here, our clients also come here, and I'm just going to show you this. This is from Downloading. Really nice. I just noticed this morning. Been a client since 2013. Great system. So you know, that's nice. We saw that over the weekend, but it's also where our clients ask questions and share ideas with each other. So definitely come in and get in the mastermind group and see what's going on. Okay. And then lastly, I'm just going to tell you now, so I remember, actually, I'm going to put this in the chat panel right now. We would really love your feedback on this call. We want to make sure we're doing it right and that you're getting what you need. So I'm going to send you this link. It's a survey. At the end of the call, please take a couple minutes. I'll try to remember to resend it to you. But definitely have a look there. And, you know, we want to make sure that we're getting you enough value in these calls, right? That you can walk away and get started. So since this is our onboarding call, I do want to talk about how do you just sign up, right? How do you sign up on our system? And when you come to our homepage, you'll see that at the bottom, our pricing is there, right? And it's $95 a month for a standard agent package. If you want to market more than 10 listings, jump up to the $250 a month. You can have 50 listings in there at a time. Those might be your own listings. They might be borrowed listings, but they might also be like expired listings that you're putting in there, or FSBOs and things like that. So everything we do is month to month, right? And then you want to go in and you want to kind of, as soon as you put your name and email and you put in your credit card, we're going to hold it for 2 weeks. Then we're going to drop you on a wizard. So let's look at what that is. This is how you actually onboard. Here's how you turn on the automation. The first thing it's going to ask is, where's your photograph, right? So you pop in your photograph, put your phone number in there. If you need your license number, add it. If you don't worry about it. Put in your logo. You'll see that we have the color palettes for many of the big franchises. So add yours, or you can make your own custom if you're with like a boutique shop, right? If you need any of these fields filled in, fill them in. If not, ask, just move on. Now, here's where this is an important piece here. You want to sign up on a computer where you have all your passwords for social media, because we auto post your listings with landing pages to your socials, right? We even create a virtual tour and we put it on your YouTube channel for you. We're going to put it on ours automatically, but if you have your own, you should do that. If you have Google Business, definitely connect Google Business, right? So you click here. The Facebook one's a little bit confusing because when you click it, it says, is this you with your personal name? And that usually scares agents. And you say, yes, that's me. And then the next page is like, what business page do you want to reflect? And you pull in your business page. And that's how it works. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Now, go to the next page and we ask you to connect to Facebook again. So that way we can connect to your Facebook ad account. I do want to mention, because we see this happen every week, you do need a credit card on your Facebook business page. When you run the ad through our platform, it charges your card on your business page. It's also going to say sponsored by your business page. And this is great for your branding, right? So that's important. And also, if your business account is restricted because you got locked out or you got hacked, we're not going to be able to help you in this aspect. There's still a whole lot more to do. Facebook is great, really great for getting buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. And it's also a really low-cost way of getting listing leads with name, email, and phone number. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now, here's an important place too. And again, we ask you to connect to social media again. So you want to make sure you can do this. And here's why. This is a social content area. So this is like social media style content. It's all real estate related. It's not heavy reads. It's for social media. We know all those people are all ADD, so they're not going to read a lot, but they like colorful pictures, and that's what this is. So this is growing Instagram accounts It's also growing SEO for your Google business page. So if you have Google Business, connect. There's multiple articles under each one of these topics. So pick like 5 topics from here, and you see, pick 1 or 2 from here. There's multiple topics, and even our PDF guides. Make sure you're using them for buyers and sellers in English or Spanish. And then I recommend Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This will really help get you some SEO juice on your Google business page. And then move on. This is how we auto sweep your listings. So you know now at this point in the setup, we've got your headshot, we've got your logo, we got your social media accounts. Now you drop in your email. We're going to start auto sweeping your listings and post them out to your socials, completely branded to your social media accounts, right? You need the email address that's in your MLS. You might have a new one at your current office. So make sure you got the one that's there. Now, also, we have the ability to connect to your CRM. So any lead you capture anywhere with us, it's going to drop into your CRM. And if you don't have a CRM, I highly recommend using our drip campaign here, because we have email drip campaigns that are very effective, more effective than many of the CRMs we were just looking at. And also inside the platform, we have AI text follow-up. So this is true AI software that will work your leads with phone numbers. And that's basically every lead from Facebook, and converts 14% of those leads to phone calls. So if you like converting leads, that's probably something you should look at. Here, we can import your reviews, your client reviews from Zillow, Google, and Testimonial Tree, and then we import them into our tools wherever they're appropriate. That's how you set up your account. And that's it. At that point, you're all set. The automation's good to go. You can run ads and things start happening. I will kind of show you what I definitely recommend that you think of first. And you go over here to landing pages, because all these tools that we're going to start creating for you, we're often asking, saying that's going to affect your home value. It could be an open house, and we're going to say that's going to affect your home value when it closes. It could be just sold ads. That's going to affect your home value, right? And all of those things, when we say that affects your home value, we say click here to get your home value. And we point them to this page, and this little page that you're looking at is exactly what's sitting in your account. So I don't know where you're sitting, except I know Pat and Joyce are in Florida. And that might look like Florida, but there might be better images that look like Florida, like maybe the coastlines, right? And we have clients all the way up in Seattle, and we have them in Maine, and we have them in Arizona. I guarantee you, you have different looks in your market. You might want to take a moment, come to the landing page section, click the pencil here, and then click the background and upload a big photograph that looks like your area, because that's going to make that landing page look a little, you just upload it up here, be a little more effective. Okay. So to me, that's like the big part of setup. All right. You're kind of set, you're good to go. So let's talk about the things that we need to think of with listings to leads that are actually going to get us results, right? And leads and income. Okay. One, and then I'm going to repeat it. I said it at the beginning of the call: Facebook ads, open house marketing, listing presentation, and expireds. If you're a new client of ours, you need to be using all 4 of these parts of the platform. There's definitely more. We'll look at some of them, but you need to know about those 4, right? So I have an open house right here. So let's talk about Facebook ads and why are open houses so effective, right? So again, there are full classes on our YouTube channel that are going to go deep into this. I'm going to show you a few things that I think are super important. And one of them is Facebook ads. As you know, I'm telling you, it's one of the top things you can do. So now we're already connected to Facebook, right? If you come here the first time, it might be a button that says view terms and accept terms, and that's so that you can use their lead form. But this has an open house in Danville, so it's automatically pointing to Danville. And I might add here, I might click in this box and say Saturday, right, from 1 to 4, right? Just because they're going to see that. Somebody's going to see that, right? Now, it's a 15-mile radius. You might want to expand that. We definitely would recommend that you're running a minimum of $50. We actually put $35 as the minimum. And that's because Facebook requires $5 a day. But we can see that when you put more budget, they give you cheaper lead costs. So you get more leads per dollar. We have a lot of clients, and especially, let me point this question out here. Let's go back to our mastermind group. One of our clients just over the weekend asked this question here. Let's address it. She says, "Can LTL help sell my stagnant listings?" And then there's all, everybody jumps in and gives their 2 cents, right? What would I tell you if you did that? One, I would say use a Facebook ad. Now, this is an open house, so this is not exactly the same thing, but this is how you do. Boom, create ad. It's going to be a 30-mile radius and $50 ad. And I would say on an open house, if you're starting it today, it's going to go 7 days, but end it on the day and the time that your open house ends, right? That's how you do it. And every lead comes with name, email, and phone number. So let me show you again. That's an open house ad, right? But I want to kind of finish this, and I'm sorry to be jumping around here, but we have a lot of clients who sign up in Florida and states where just inventory is building up. And now I have a home that's for sale, and maybe some of you have a home that's for sale and it's not moving. And this is, in the southern states, this is particularly important. If you click on Facebook and Instagram, and you could be in Phoenix, Arizona, you can be in Austin, Texas, you could be in Tampa, and it would say Tampa, Tampa, Austin, Austin. Take that out and try this one. Try New York City. And I tell you, we have clients, obviously, in all the states I'm mentioning, and they can run an ad on a home and have it run locally, and they'll get a bunch of leads with name, email, and phone number. They'll run the exact same ad in 5 minutes in New York City, right? Same time, same week, same look, no change. The leads in New York City are responding to the agents. The leads in Florida are not. This is particularly true if you've got a really expensive home. You need to be thinking about that. And you can also take this out, and I really recommend doing this separately. Don't put in multiple cities, Chicago, or cities like Irvine in California or Los Angeles. If you got a home that's sitting, you need to be doing this. And that's what this lady here is asking. And that would be my answer, right? And I would say, if that's been sitting there a while, and I probably talk to an agent every week who has this problem. I've got this listing, it's for too long. I'm like, you have to run a $100 ad, okay? Not a $35 ad, because a $35 ad will get you 10 or 11, maybe 12 leads with name, email, and phone number, okay? But a $100 ad will probably get you 30 to 33 leads with name, email, and phone number. And so if you know anything about online lead conversion, it's really like 1 to 5%, right? So you would need 100 leads to get one, right? Or, if it's 5%, it's going to be higher. But that's really a factor. If you've got a long-standing listing that hasn't moved, I highly recommend getting a lot of leads from Facebook and texting them, okay? Now, I mentioned, I can't show you because if I click on the leads tab here, all my leads are here. And because there's contact information, YouTube will block this video. So I can't show you. But on that page, we have our own AI text follow-up. And you can go there and look at it later. It's got very simple questions like, hey, very simple questions, one answer, one statement at a time. Don't drop a paragraph on somebody's phone and hope they're going to read it. Like just say, hey, I see you saw my ad in, Austin or San Ramon or wherever. And you ran the ad in Chicago, so are you thinking of moving here? Right? Simple question. And then wait 30 minutes. Hey, do you see that that's a 3-2? Does that suit your needs? Do you need something bigger or smaller, right? They respond, they don't respond, doesn't matter. Hey, that's 400 grand. Does that meet your budget? Right. And then you can call them after 4 or 5 text messages. You are going to have way better conversion. Now, our AI software does that, and it's converting 14% of our leads to phone calls. We give you the information, and you can then reach out to them. So let's go back. That was just a little bit. Well, since we're talking about Facebook ads, let's do one more Facebook ad, and then I want to go back and finish the open house thing. The fastest, cheapest way of getting seller leads with name, email, and phone number, I think, is Facebook ads. Again, okay. So you want to make sure your home says it's for sale, and you'll see it says another home is for sale, right? That affects your home value. Click here for your home value, right? Now here, you don't want to change really anything. I don't even think you want to change the radius. You might want to change the budget. These leads from sold ads cost about $7 each, okay? Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but on average about $7. I will say this, and sometimes you see this in certain markets. I've certainly spoken to agents recently who said this. Somebody had just told me, like, in contract in 5 days. I think I heard this last week, right? Obviously, it's priced right. It was a beautiful home. But that's a really compelling message. If you have multiple offers, if you're selling above asking, put that right up top so that people, when they're looking at this, if they're thinking of selling, they're going to see that and go, whoa, I want to hear about this, right? Create ad, and you're going to get leads with name, email, and phone number. Now, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hit advanced options, and I want to show you something. You don't absolutely need to do this, but you should definitely know this. So when they click on that, there are some questions, and you can choose what questions are there. These 3 are by default always here. What's your time frame to sell? Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want to say, you want to see how AI can help you, right? And then you click create form, and it pops those questions right here, okay? And I'll click create form, and I'm going to have to go back to it because I shouldn't have hit create form right there, but I'll hit here. But here's what I really want you to know. These fields, full name, email, and phone number, these are auto-populated by the person's profile of whoever clicked on the ad. And this is why our clients love our Facebook software, because there are lots of options inside Facebook, like a lot, right? And the thing that they all have in common is they all take your money, but they do not have, all the options do not include name, email, and phone number on those leads. Many of them that many agents will run are impressions. And you know what impressions are? People are looking at it. They can't actually contact you. So if you want to talk to people with the hope of having more business, you want to be using lead ads. And that is by default automatically here on every one of your ads. This is why our clients are running 4, 5, 6, even 8 ads every week. Every ad is being seen by 1 to 3,000 people every week. So if you're running multiple ads, your branding starts to really go up, and you're capturing leads with every one of those. That's why Facebook ads are so important for your branding and lead capture. You're not going to find a better way of getting name, email, and phone numbers, right? Now, I will point out, like, they convert at 1 to 5%. It means, not every lead is going to be ready to work with you, but they're looking, they're curious. Keep them on a good drip campaign, keep sending things out to them. And some of them will move quicker, and some of them will take a long time, months or even years, okay? Now, so that's kind of enough about the Facebook ads. Let's go back to the open house. We talked about running the open house ad, but let me tell you why open houses are so important to our clients who want more listings. And it is primarily this tool right here called the Nearby Homeowner Letter, okay? Now, this is a piece of paper. There's no AI involved. There's no cloud computing, there's no algorithms. This is a piece of paper that you print 50 or 100 times every time you have an open house. and you door knock it into the neighborhood. Why? To tell homeowners, hey, I'm holding an open house this weekend. Would love it if you come by. If you're thinking of selling or maybe buying, come by, right? Have a look at it. Get an idea of what the market is about here, right? And this piece of paper says that is going to affect your home value. And you could take this piece of paper to your own computer and go get your home value, right? And now you know why I'm saying make sure that looks like your market there, right? So it's this piece of paper that is making this is why a lot of our big teams are holding like 2 to 4 open houses every week, because they are meeting people. Okay. When I say, hey, go run an ad and generate 30 leads, I didn't say you're meeting 30 people. I said you're going to capture 30 leads with name, email, and phone number, and then you got to work to meet them. But when you're door knocking 50 or 100 homes, and even if you don't meet them at the door, you hang it on a little, bag there on the doorknob. Whoever comes to that open house, you are physically meeting them. And this is really key. Okay. We can see this 2025. We learned that was a big major factor of like changing the direction of your business. Now, we of course have an open house sign-in form. Scott, as I said, is going to, he does open house marketing. There's in-depth class. You'll learn about all the tools. I am going to show you one more tool that is very useful, and that is in the library, the media library, and it has to do with our listing presentation. Now, I'm hoping that I can get this. This should be actually, when you come to media library, it should be right up here, but we keep adding stuff to get it back to the top. But what you're looking for is what Scott calls the 100-point listing presentation. Okay. And that's cool, but it is our listing presentation, right? And that's what you want to see. And that listing presentation is up on our listings page, and I'll show you more about that in a minute. But this 100-point marketing plan, this is a video, and it's a 5-minute long video. So if you are holding an open house with a home finished, you want to grab the remote and you want to point the YouTube app to this. It's on YouTube already. Okay. And this is our listing presentation, which I'm holding in my hand right here, in a video 5-minute commercial. Now, it's not branded to you and it's not branded to us, because that's technically very challenging to do. But if that home is furnished and you've invited 100 homeowners into the home, they're going to see how you sell homes, right? If they are walking through, we've also got other tools, like maybe you've got some of these printed. So you've got really tools to help tell the story of the value that you're bringing to the market. And that's really what's important, okay? This is, again, one of the reasons why our clients hold 2 to 4 open houses every week, because they want more listings, okay? And again, you're meeting people. We're not just talking about capturing online leads anymore. We're talking about you shaking hands with people. So that is called the 100-point marketing plan here. It is our listing presentation, okay? That is why you need to hold open houses. Let's go back to listings and let's talk a little bit more about expireds. And at the beginning of the call, I pointed out the 3 videos that are on our YouTube channel. And honestly, you need to watch all 3 of those if expireds are going to be part of your business. Now, I'm on my listings page, and you can see that I have listings that are sold. I have listings that are active, pending. I have open house here. But I have one here that says it's a listing presentation. I have one here that's a FSBO and an expired and a canceled. Let me click on the address to show you why you want to be using homes in this format. When you click on the address, you'll notice a button up here that says Flipbook, and kind of key, right? Because this is custom to one homeowner. Their name is on the cover, their address is on the cover, and a picture of their home is on the cover. Now, I've been showing you this one, which is kind of what I call a generic one. It's for expired, but the pictures in here are of like random beautiful homes, right? It's not their home. So if you've got a super awesome seller lead that you want to turn into your listing, I highly recommend that you create this, okay? And as I go through it, it's the same listing presentation, but it just has their home on every page so they can see what their home's going to look like on Facebook and on social media and on YouTube and in print. And you can actually pull this up at their home and say, hey, while we're sitting here at the kitchen table, why don't you homeowners scan that QR code with your phone? And you know what will happen? Their home will pop up on a mobile optimized website on their phone right there in front of you. This page is often, we've been heard many times, is the closing page. Like this is what people are just like, I'm done, I'm ready, let's sign, right? But if you keep going, it tells all the steps that you do to sell their home, to really actively work it. And here's the thing, when we talk about expireds, they actually tried to sell their home. And for whatever reason, it did not sell. And now you have a very robust, comprehensive way of showing how I am going to sell your home, okay? You absolutely want to take advantage of this. Now, you can email me if you want to see what I'm about to show you now. I have a 4-minute video that will show you how to do this. But whether it's a canceled, a FSBO, or an expired, or you've just got a super awesome lead, you go up here to the listings page and you say, hey, I'm going to add a listing manually. And let's just wait a second here. Whenever you click this button, it's by default, usually clients are adding listings when they're just listed. But you can change it to listing presentation or expired or canceled or FSBO, and it's going to ask what's their name, right? And you can put in their name, right? And put in their address and save and add one photograph. That's it. And that will create this in just a few seconds, right? Maybe a minute. It just has to knock it all together. If you got really awesome seller leads that you want to turn into your own business, I recommend you take that step. Okay. You can always order these, right? You can always order these. And let me actually get you a link to that. The print ones are super valuable if you're door knocking, if you're holding open houses, if you're able to meet people. You can order the setup here for expired or standard or even canceled or FSBOs, and then you can order a group of 10 here. Okay, so the setup I think is about $70, and these down here, the actual prints, are about $10 each. We do it through Mailbox Power. And it's not like we're making really any money on this. We're just trying to get a very powerful tool to you. So I just sent this link, and it sure looks like, are you guys getting my links? Because I can see I'm sending you things, and it doesn't look like it's going out. I'm actually not seeing much of anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. It's something weird here. Oh, God. Guys, how are we doing here? I'm seeing like this was not working. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is being recorded. Sorry. It looks like there's some, let me turn this off. It looks like there was some stuff here and it wasn't popping up on my screen. So my apologies. If you're still here, thanks for hanging through that. I'm sure that's not the easiest. So what's happening, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the story of expireds. And again, those 3 videos on YouTube are going to really help you out. You want to wait 3 months, okay? Don't call them on day 1. Don't call them on day 1. Wait 3 months. And I want to tell you, we have 4 workshops every week, and Scott goes through it. There's an in-depth call there that you want to check out. So let me share this as well. If you don't have a resource for the leads, like you don't know the phone numbers of the people who have expired, this is a really great tool. Now, this is My Plus Leads, and you know, there are a number of companies that sell this kind of information, but they will sell you expired listing content. data, right? Name, email, phone number of the people who expired. There's an important reason why I'm sharing this with you. It's some kind of affiliate link they have with us. But if you go to My Plus Leads and sign up, you will get 30 days back data, okay? Meaning 30 days backward look of who expired. But you actually have better results if you go back 3 months, okay? When you use our link and you tell them that you're working with us and you're doing expired marketing program, let them know that they said that they would give you 6 months back data. So you should start with 3 months back and go backwards. And then those 2 months, they'll you start to rotate them. So if you have another resource, awesome, use it. Okay. And if you're ordering these print tools, you can door knock them, you can leave voice messages like the people on our homepage, and have direct communications with people, right? Now, I'm going to show you something because I really like this, and we're definitely excited. This story here with JJ, who do you have to create a custom listing presentation? She does exactly that. She calls people twice. Now, she doesn't wait 3 months because she's kind of new to the industry. She might be adapting, but in the beginning, she's calling them day one. And you know what happens when you call expired homes on day one? Nothing, because those poor people are getting called by dozens or hundreds of agents, right? And that she was one of those agents. So she would leave 2 voicemails. They would not respond. She would text them one time. They would not respond. And in that first text, she said, would you like to see my listing presentation? Again, they didn't respond. Then she would create a custom one the way I just showed you. And she copied this link and she would text it to him. She'd email it to herself first. Then she would text it to the people, right? And they would see it in their phone and they'd click on it. And that's how she gets in November 4 listings in 6 weeks. I'll be excited to have another call with her. Hopefully we'll do it by April, and you will see she's probably somewhere between 15 to 20 listings. Okay. So there are many ways to hit the expired market, but if those are really important in your market, that is the way to go, right? You need to understand that you've got some really powerful tools to turn expired listings into your listings. Now, I think that's kind of the story. Any questions on that? And again, I want to thank you. I was noticing something was jammed up here. And yeah, to a response, you can see the recording on our YouTube channel at any time, right? This call will be there later today, but also all of our backward past calls are all there. So I do want to point out, and let me know if you have any questions anywhere on the system, or if you need something in particular. But I do want to show you a couple of more things. We connected to sweep your reviews. We actually create a website that has your reviews. Now your single property websites and some of your home valuation landing pages and stuff, they're going to have your reviews auto embedded. But we also create a website simply to showcase your reviews available for you. It looks a lot like this. You can even snap in a plugin from your MLS if you want a property search on that. But this is the client review page. You can see it's got all my reviews. It's got our listing presentation, the 100-point marketing plan, and they can download it for free. They just got to answer some questions and give you their contact information, right? Our landing pages are here. Our PDF guides that I don't think we mentioned those, but we definitely should talk about that. And all of your listings are here, okay? And if your listings are here, that tool, which we also auto-generated for you. So again, everything that we're doing, you might have in the lead capture. That's really embedded in every one of our tools. So this home is sold So the call to action is get your home value, right? How to market just sold properties. Let's go over the PDF guides. I really didn't mention too much about this earlier, but there are 80 PDF guides for you. And as you might remember from the setup, we will auto post them throughout the year to your social media accounts. You just set and forget. But we definitely, our clients like to use these in open houses. They use them in just their normal advertising. Of course, we share them for free, but some of our clients even run ads on Google with these. And that's a really great thing to do, because a lot of people who have questions about selling their home, they go to Google first. 86% of all people go to Google first, right? So that's, if you want to run an ad on Facebook, great. If you want to run an ad, do that right here. And I will speak a little bit about that, because if you have leads in your CRM, you might notice that those leads are not really calling you and talking to you all the time, right? You're just dripping on them. Well, if you click this button up here, you can copy the code for this, and that link and that graphic and that link and that link are all going to drive to places where you can capture leads. And so if you got more than like a couple hundred leads, we really recommend that you are running any kind of e-flyer for your database, whether it's a landing page or a PDF guide, or maybe it's an open house, or you sold something, or you just listed. You got listing flyers, you've got these kinds of flyers, and definitely you want to take advantage of them. And don't forget, you can always just email this link. Well, maybe not this one because it's for one particular home, but there is the generic listing presentation. You can always email that to your client list as well, right? To your CRM. But there are lots of PDF guides. There are 80 of them, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. Lots of ways to market those. And then there are just straight up landing pages. And we looked at those earlier. We talked about the first one, but I do want to point out that you can create unlimited landing pages in your account. You don't really want to create too many, but let me just show you how you create them. You can do it for FSBOs, for Property Valuation Plus. That's our instant home value page. So if you want to create a landing page for instant home values for a city, just type in the name of the city and then click create landing page. And that's going to create a landing page that you can customize. As you can see, I have one here for San Antonio. I have one for Honolulu. You can have them for the way the locals know that you're from there. That's really the key. Then you have multiple ways, just like the PDF guides. Run ads, share it for free on social media, print, door hangers, emails, lots of ways to get people to those pages. That's kind of my story for today, guys. Let me send this to you. Well, first, let me remind you before, because I know a lot of people logged in late. Okay. And you want to make sure that you click resources and you watch our live webinars like we are today. You go here to YouTube to listen to all of the recordings if our schedule doesn't work with yours, and join our mastermind group. Okay. And I'm going to share with you this link, which is our survey. And I appreciate you guys hanging through. It sounds like there were some hangups because I noticed here on my side. This is our survey, which is just a few questions. We'd really like to your feedback. Want to make sure we're taking care of your needs. Make sure that you are focusing on the things that are really working well for our clients right now. And that is expired marketing. That is open house marketing. That is our Facebook ads, and that is our listing presentation. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. What is this? What is this? So weird. I don't know what that is. Okay. So are there any questions? And again, thank you and have a great week. But I'll hang out here for a couple minutes, see if there's any questions on anything you need. Let's look at some of the past ones, see if there was anything there. Yeah, okay. You can order the booklets. Our Calendly in your Weldon does have an interesting question. Are Calendly links effective with your AI follow-up and text sequence? We actually, I don't think we add Calendly links, but we do email you the whole conversation when you get there, right? When the person is ready for a phone call, we will definitely send you the whole conversation so you can see that and book that call. And let's see this question. Can you add the link for expired book? Oh, I did send that, Peter. So I think everybody has that. And your connection shot. Okay, yeah. Okay. Completely out. Oh, that's really. Okay. Well, again, thank you everybody for being here. I don't see any more questions. Thank you, Jennifer. Sorry about the choppiness. You know, I wonder if that was a local problem, but my apologies. This is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel. You can always go to youtube.com, look for Listings to Leads, and you will see our YouTube channel. I always go to the videos page because everything's here. But if you want to go to the homepage, you'll see things like testimonials. There's also some of the latest stuff is right there. Some of the newer things that you might want to see. So definitely check these things out. And, you know, if you need a team account, again, I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. If you need a team or brokerage account, send me a message. We can do a demo. I can show you how that works. Our team accounts, by the way, have a really great recruiting feature, which we don't talk about too much. But we do have a really nice recruiting system. It'll help you on social media, help you in print and with email. All right, everybody, have a great week and let us know how we can help you. I didn't mention it, but we've got a really fantastic support team down here. And again, just to repeat, I said it at the beginning of the call, we went live on a whole new platform. If you are a new agent signing up, it is March 2nd. If you're signing up from today going forward, there's a slightly different look. If you want to book a call with me, reach out to support or just reach out to me directly and I'll walk you through some of these things. You're welcome, Chris. Thanks a lot. All right, everybody, take it easy. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.